Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to my lecture. So, in the last lecture, we talked about the first chapter of the class 10th, that is chemical reactions and equations. So, in that topic, we talk about the general thing, that is what is reaction, what are reactants, what are products, what is chemical reaction equation, what is balanced chemical equation. So, today we are going to proceed further. That is, today we are going to talk about the types of reaction. So in the last lecture, I told you the name of the types of the reactions, that is combination reaction, dissociation reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, endothermic reaction, exothermic reaction, oxidation reaction, and reduction reaction. And today we will talk about all these reactions, and we will see how these reactions happen, and we will also talk about the corrosion and rancidity topic. So let's come with me. So I have made some little bit notes for your convenience. So let's start. First of all, combination reaction. So combination reaction is a name indicating that combination mean combine. So hello Navjot, thank you beta. So combination reaction, what will happen? More one or two reactants they will combine and they will form the one single product. They will form from one single product. It means that two reactants are combining. Good afternoon, Amrinder. So it means that two reactants are combining and they are giving the one single product. So let's see. You can see here. So here is the combination reaction. So here hydrogen is combining with the nitrogen and they are forming the NH3 ammonia. So it means that two reactants they are reacting and forming the one single product. So this is called the combination reaction. Combination means combining. Two reactants are combining and they are forming the one single product. So next reaction is dissociation reaction. So dissociation reaction is totally opposite to the combination reaction. Hello Ravleen. So in dissociation word is indicating that dissociate means to break down. So if we will reverse this reaction, so it will become the dissociation reaction. How it will become dissociation reaction? NH3 is breaking down into the hydrogen and nitrogen. So it is the dissociation. Dissociation means ammonia is dissociating into its in the hydrogen and nitrogen. So we can simply say that dissociation reaction is the totally opposite to the combination reaction. So I hope you are clear about the combination reaction and dissociation reaction. So whenever you are reading anything in the science, then not in science, in every subject, first of all you will have to understand the meaning of the word combination. Combination, combine, dissociation, dissociate. So this is all about the combination and dissociation reaction. So next we are going to talk about displacement reaction. And before going toward the displacement reaction, I want to show you one thing. This concept is totally related with this concept. So I have write down here some name of the metals, and I write down it according to its reactivity series. So as the as the silver is at the last, so it means silver is very less reactive. So as the potassium is at the top, it shows that the potassium is the more reactive metal. So before going toward the displacement reaction, we should clear about it that which metal is more reactive and which is less reactive. So next we will talk about now displacement reaction. So what will happen in the displacement reaction? In displacement reaction, the highly reactive metal will displace less reactive metal from its solution. So here I have write down zinc, zinc plus copper sulfate solution. Zinc is a metal and we put in the copper sulfate solution and we are getting the product zinc sulfate plus copper metal. So let's see that from this series where is the zinc and where is copper. So if we will talk about the zinc, zinc is here and we'll talk about the copper, copper is here. So it means that the copper is less reactive than the zinc. So it means that zinc will displace copper from its solution. So same thing is happening here. So zinc is displacing the copper from its solution and we are getting the zinc sulfate solution and we are getting the copper metal. So it means that in displacement reaction we can simply say that high reactive metal will displace less reactive metal from its solution. So this is about the displacement. Displacement word indicated that displace. So next is double displacement. So now again double displacement mean there will be the two displacement. In displace single there was the in displacement reaction there is a single replacement, that is zinc is taking the place of the copper and we are getting the copper on side. But here if we will talk about the double displacement, so I want to give the example of this is the barium chloride, and when the barium chloride and sodium sulfate is reacting they are forming the barium sulfate and sodium chloride. How this is happening? So what will happen in the double displacement reaction? There will be the change in the ions. In the ninth standard we talk about the ions. Ions are of two types, anions and cations. So anions are the negative charge and cations are the positive charge. So what are going here, what is happening here? So barium has the positive charge, so it is cation. Chlorine has negative charge, it is anion. Sodium has positive charge, it is cation. Sulfate has the negative charge, it is anion. So what is going here? The barium is getting the place of sodium and sodium is getting the place of barium. So what it shows that we know that in the compound there will be the positive negative charge as like here. So this product cannot be formed. BANA, this is not any kind of product, so it will not form. So it means that barium is attracted toward the and making the bonds with the sulfate ion, and sodium ion will be making the bonds with the chlorine. It means again Ba is positive here, SO4 is negative here, Na positive here, and Cl is negative here. So it means that there is a double displacement. One is barium is displacing here and again sodium is displacing the in the place of the barium. So new products which are formed after the reaction of the barium chloride and sodium sulfate are barium sulfate and sodium chloride. So these are about the two things, that is displacement reaction and double displacement reaction. Next we are going to talk about endothermic reactions and exothermic reactions. So before going toward that, I want to clear the meaning of endo. Endo word is taken from the inside word. Okay, Rose, we have talked about this in the 9th standard. How we can recognize something is positive or negative. That depends upon the valency. The concept here will be the valency. So if you make the structure of electron dot structure of chlorine, So you can make the subshells and you can see that what will be its valency, which charges it will acquire. So next we are going to talk about endothermic reaction or exothermic reaction. So first of all we talk about the endo. So endothermic reactions are those reactions in which heat is absorbed. So it means that to happen this reaction, to proceed this reaction, we have to apply the heat. So if we talk about this, N2 and O2 are combining in when they get heated and they are forming the 2NO. So it means that in the last lecture I I told you that if the reaction is endothermic reaction, then there will be this symbol on the reactant side, or this is also the symbol of heat. So this symbol or this will be written on the reactant side. So after this, so it shows that this is the endothermic reaction. Heat is given, it is providing to the reactions to proceed. So same, next is exo. Exo word is taken from the out or exit. So exo mean out or exit. Therm word mean is heat. And reaction you know. So that reaction in which and heat is coming out, and that reactions are called exothermic reaction. So here is the combustion of natural gas. CH4 is a natural gas, and when natural gas is come in contact with the oxygen, then it will produce carbon dioxide, water, and some heat. So it means that now the heat is on the product side, so heat is producing. So it means that this is the exothermic reaction. So I hope you are clear about endothermic reaction, exothermic reaction. And next we are going to talk about oxidation reaction. So oxidation reaction is a type of reaction in which there is a gain of oxygen. So let's come with the example. When the copper is reacting with the oxygen, when the copper metal is reacting with the oxygen, here I have write down plus heat. So it means this is which type of reaction, exo or endothermic, because heat is providing on the reactant side. So when the copper is reacting with the oxygen and it is giving the copper oxide, it means that here copper is a metal, but product is formed copper oxide. It means this copper is oxidized. Oxidized means it gains oxygen and form the copper oxide. Then second more example here, magnesium, Mg. When the magnesium is reacting with the oxygen and forming the magnesium oxide. So what it mean? It means that magnesium is oxidized to form the magnesium oxide. It means that in this reaction, this is the oxidation reaction. In this reaction, oxygen is added in these metals or in these elements. So simply you can say the oxidation mean gain oxygen. Then after that there is a reduction reaction. So reduction reaction word is the reduce. Reduction means we take from the reduce. Reduce mean katna, less hona. So this will be opposite to the oxidation. So what will happen in this? Here is a zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is reacting with the carbon and they are forming the product zinc plus CO. What it mean that? Now here zinc has the oxygen, but as the product is formed, so oxygen is removed from here and the product is zinc only. Then side product is also CO, carbon monoxide. So what it shows that? So it means that ki ZNO is reduced. Zinc oxide is reduced. Why reduced? Because it loses oxygen and forming only zinc, Zn. That is called the reduction reaction. So second one more example of copper oxide. when reacting with the hydrogen. Now what's going here, the product is copper plus water. So it means that here copper is reduced to form the, copper oxide is reduced to form the copper, and the product is hydrogen. So here hydrogen is oxidized. Okay, so copper is reduced to copper oxide is reduced to get the copper, but hydrogen is oxidized because hydrogen get the oxygen. So some reactions are there in which both reduction and oxidation are happen, that are called the redox reaction. So I hope that you are clear about the meaning of all these type of the reaction, that is combination reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, dissociation reaction, endothermic reaction, exothermic reaction, oxidation reaction, and reduction reaction. So the last topic of our chapter is, Jashan, very good afternoon, corrosion and rancidity. So corrosion is a simply process in which the metals, when come in the contact of water, air, and they become corroded, like rusting of iron, lohe nu zangal lagna, that is the example of it. So it means that when the iron is come in the contact between air and oxygen, and there is a thick layer of the brown color, then it means that is called the corrosion. Then next is rancidity. So before starting the rancidity topic, I want to give the one example. Mostly you eat fun sticks and something else like chips and kurkures. So what will happen when you open the packet and leave it for the sometimes, you don't pack it and leave it as it is. So you will see that it's become its taste is changed and smell is changed. ठीक है, ਉਹਦਾ स्वाद भी change हो जाता है, smell भी change हो जाती है. So what that mean? So it means that the fats and oils which are present in that, they are oxidized. Oxidized mean, you know very well what is meaning of oxidation and oxidized. So it means that that change the smell and taste of that. Yes, you can make the question answers. So that is the rancidity. So how we can stop the rancidity? So there are the different ways to stop or to control or to prevent the things from the rancidity. First is to prevent from the rancidity, the things are packed with the flushed with the nitrogen gas. And second is, there should be keep in the tight containers. That should be keep in the tight containers so that it cannot come in the contact with the air. So next is one more, that is we can use the slower things that slower down the rate of oxidation, that are antioxidants, that can be added to the things to prevent the rancidity. So I hope that you are now clear about all the topics of your science chapter number 1, chemical reactions and equations. So 10th class, don't be sad if you have any problem. ਇਹ ਨਾ ਸੋਚੋ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ. If you need any kind of help, please inform me. You are doing better than the previous sessions, because you are clear about the balancing equation. Many students face the problem in balancing equation, but I am very happy that you sent the work me on the Google Classroom app. Then I was very happy, and I also share this with my colleagues, that the students of this 10th class, they understand the concept of balancing reaction. That is very, 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 very tough, but you are doing by yourself. That is very, very important. That is very, very we can say that बहुत चंगा ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ. ठीक है, मैं भी बहुत खुश हाँ कि तुसी आप कर रहे हो. But if you need any kind of the help, you can tell me. You can mail me, you can send message me, and I hope that you understand this chapter. In the next week I will be taking you a test from this chapter that will be included in your formative assessment. Hello Loveleen. So don't be hesitate to take ask help from me. जिन्नी भी मैं कर सकती हूँ I will help you. So this was all about the chapter first. If you need any kind of help, any kind of you have any kind of problem in the question answer, in the balancing equation, in any kind of reaction, please inform me. Hello Jagpreet. So this was all about today's chapter. So all the best for the next week, because next week there will be the test of this chapter, and you also can make the notes, the videos you are watching, because that will be for your benefit. That notes you will make for yourself. If you don't make notes, if you remember that, but notes will help you to memorize the things quickly. जो तुसी पढ़िया या उन्नू roughly note कर लिया करो, so that it will help you. Some students are doing that, but some are not. So I request to all the students, the message which I am sending on the Google Classroom app, you will have to read carefully, and you will have to send the work before deadline. And you all know that these grades are will update in your grade books. So you have to do your work on time and submit your work on time and ask for help on time. So thank you everyone for watching this video. Have a great day.